All right, everybody, before we get into today's upload, we are talking about the Duramax today. We are getting some stuff done with it, but you're actually going to have a chance to see the Duramax. I'm going to put up the first show of the season that we're going to be at is May 15th. Info right here. This is a car show for Brantley, as you saw there. Brantley is the son of the owner of HT Performance. You've seen HT Performance up on the channel a couple different times. We took the Duramax there for our dyno day. They're going to be doing some work probably before too long on it again here. There are the diesel shop that we work with, and Brantley was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and this show is to support him and to raise a little bit of money. Obviously, there's a lot of costs that go into it. So I'll be out there with the Duramax. Well, it's not going to be finished. That's the truth. But this will be I don't know if it's the only show yet right now. We'll be at Atlantic City, but in July. I don't have any other specific plans, probably other than some cars and coffees coming up, but no specific days. So if you want to come out, see the Duramax, because you're not going to be able to see it where it's kind of still wrecked here for very much longer, because it's going to be fixed very, very shortly. So please come out, support, and come say hi. All right, let's get into the video. And we are back with some Duramax content. The old Dirty Max is still in the garage. Yes, it has been on the back burner, but it is time to get this thing going. We got to take it up to the body shop, so we need to get a few things taken care of. I've touched on them in other uploads and different things, but it's time to really get going. You've seen how many videos we've been putting out, and basically this just got pushed back while we worked on some of the newer projects. That's why I haven't needed to drive it or anything like that. That's why it hasn't been a priority since I re-wrecked it, guys. That's what happened. You probably all saw it. So we need to get the bed, the new bed, mounted on here, which means we need a Raptor line in the underside of it. We will have to wire wheel the whole underside, and I want to do the inside of the bed too with the bed liner, the Raptor liner, so that it all matches, all looks good. That's something we didn't do the first time, as you can see. So that's what our one goal. And then the next one is, before we can put the bed on, I want to fix the sending unit. Our sending unit had rusted completely through. Let me get you a little light. The sending unit had rusted. All of these nuts and bolts are rusted through. I don't know exactly what it's going to take this guy off of here. Here's our new sending unit, and then this is an aftermarket fuel tank. You might have noticed it is a Titan tank, and the salt has just gotten to it. Luckily, Titan makes a kit that goes for this. It's an updated one right here. Have not opened this yet. We got to check that out, but that should replace everything that we need up top there. As you can see, I already did start taking this apart, all the easy lines. I just got to get the fuel line disconnect tool quick to pop that line off. Once we get this all taken care of, we're going to work on the wire wheeling and the Raptor lining of that. I also have, which I'm not going to touch on in this video, I think we're going to wait till the truck comes back. I have a ton of new upgrades for the interior on this truck coming. So we did it pretty nice, but there's a few things that still need freshened up. So we're gonna get a bunch of stuff done for that and really bring this thing into the 21st century. I think you're gonna be really excited about some of the stuff we got for the inside. In the box here, see what it is. Okay, so pretty much was self-explanatory, which I knew, but we got a new ring with a gasket there. This one appears to be beefier. I don't know, maybe it's the same as the factory one. New gasket, some bolts. Okay, and then here's our ring for the inside. All right, let's get the old one off. So just a little ingenuity. I put my flashlight up there, my old O light, which is awesome, by the way, and it lights up my work area here perfectly, because unfortunately my light, one, it gets covered up by the garage door. The other part is, that's probably even more important, is it doesn't work on back in this section. So always a little dark back here. Now we're just going to use our Harbor Freight fuel line disconnect stuff here. There we go. Whew. A little crusty and rusty on that guy. Man, these things are rusty. Really have no idea it fits on this one. but not on any of the other ones. And I think the new set is bigger. Now, I fully expect to break these off. We'll see. Oh, we're definitely rounding that one. That one's turning. That one broke. Just a little modification there to get the last two. We are good and full of fuel, I can tell you that. Try to carefully get this rust out from around the edges without dumping it all into the tank. So I'm going to set this guy actually down in here because I decided I think that's my best way to keep dirt as much as possible out of the tank because it's no good way to do it. But I think if I just set this guy down in there, yeah, it won't be really in place, but and then at least there's something blocking the... Oh yeah, she is full, too. Which isn't helping matters right now. That's as clean as we're going to be able to keep it. Oh man. Well, we're dumping fuel everywhere. With a gasket there. Okay. Get it? Out with the old. Now, I think they said that these holes are bigger. Let's see here. We need to drill these out. Yep. Gotta drill them out. Now, I figured I would try to catch some of the debris. I don't know how much this is actually going to do for me. But I'll try to sneak my cup in here. Should work. Okay. All right. Put channel locks in here. There we go. I think that's gonna do it. All right, our new sending unit is all installed, all done. I guess let's try to start the truck. This is going to be our cold start. It has not been started in about, well, pretty much the last time I made a video on the truck was the last time it started. It was dead. It should be charged now because I accidentally may have let it charge for like, I don't know, a week because I forgot that I plugged in the charger. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, those lights look maybe a little weak. she's going to sit right here for a little bit because we are going to get into painting and stuff, and raptor lining, I guess is a better term, for the bed. And I just want to keep this away from any of that overspray. I think I'm going to end up spraying it in the garage just because the bed's sitting in there and I don't feel like moving it. So we'll have to see, but I didn't want this to be anywhere near it. And the reason I would have actually parked it out here so I could use my garage actually, except for the sending unit leaked fuel straight out of it, and it was so rusted on the top. I was like, the thing's gonna fill up with water if it rains, or get some water in the fuel anyway, so I was trying to keep that out. So should be sealed up and good now though. So now we got the time-consuming job, the bed. Gonna wire wheel all this. It's not terribly complicated. You don't have to do a whole lot, at least we didn't on the underside of this bed. I'll kind of show you. It is all black now because we had the exhaust dumping from underneath the truck. So this used to be the same color as the outside, but now it's darkened up a bit, but it came out really nice. Like I said, maybe you should do a lot of prep work, but we really just wire wheeled it, and then that was it. Put the coating on and looked pretty good. Oh, I think we did do a layer of primer first, but I don't think we're going to need to do that because we're not going to go the whole way down to the metal. As long as you don't get down to metal, it says that you don't have to run primer. So I don't know whether that's right or wrong, but that's what we're going to do. And hopefully it doesn't come out pink like when we first did this one, because the paint store gave us the wrong amount of the proper red. And then everything came out pink and we had to spray it afterwards. So I think we're good this time. I think we got enough color. And so I'm going to do this side and then the other side. So here's our pretty much final product as far as after being all scuffed up, everything like that. You'll notice I didn't do the inside of the bed sides because this is getting new bed sides put on it once this is done. So not worried about them at all. We did spray them on the last bed, but it's just not a big deal. So really just worried about the wheel wells, underside, all that stuff came out really nice. Got a little bit of our cleaner just drying down there at the bottom, but otherwise we're really pretty much ready to start painting. I'm just going to do a little bit of masking up here on that end and this end, because when they go to paint that, we don't want raptor liner, specks of it all throughout. So just going to get that stuff touched up, and then I think we're pretty much ready to spray. So here's our kit of raptor liner. This is the tintable. This is the truck color right here. It's a pretty simple system. I am going to use this jug up here. I think I'm just going to start with one. Later, I might do a bunch at once. But I think for the underside, because I'm not as worried if the color was a little off or something underneath, I just want to test it, make sure it doesn't come out pink like the last time. I don't think it will, because we should have the right amounts of everything this time before we were off. We're going to do, it's 8 ounces of this, which is just up to the first line in here. You can see inside the jugs, they are almost look like they're half empty, but you fill it up 8 ounces of the hardener, and then we're going to do 3 ounces of this. And all of our numbers are exact. So we have 64 ounces of this, so just enough for each of these. And I think it's 24 ounces of this. So that'll be 3 ounces for each jug here. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and do it and just spray one. Normally I would have the doors open. I'm probably will open up here a little bit to help with the fumes. But the neighbors do have cars outside, and this stuff really travels. So I'd hate to have their cars covered in raptor liner. So I'll open up the windows and things like that at least, and turn a fan on to pump some fresh air in. All right, after many hours of sanding and spraying and getting a little bit high in the garage, we're all done here. This is still drying. I really ideally wanted to finish this video with putting this on the truck, but that's not really realistic because it's just wet. So the backside, I believe, is pretty much dry to the touch. Yeah, that's feeling pretty good. So that technically, I guess, could go on, but I'll let it sit for the night and put it on tomorrow then, and it should look pretty good. The one thing I did mess up is back here on the other side of the garage, which I covered up just because that stuff really does go everywhere. It's the tailgate, and I wanted to do the underside of the tailgate. Not that big of a deal, though. We ended up with one extra bottle of Raptor liner, and I think I got enough paint left. Did make a mess over here. I don't know how the professionals do it, but I think it's probably a little less messy than this. So if you haven't done Raptor liner before, it really is pretty simple. The only thing that I noticed really the stuff to help is mixing it up in the big bottle was a good idea. That way I think we'll have a uniform color. If you don't have a bigger air compressor, my air compressor is too small to keep up to really do it, so I had to keep waiting for it to catch up, and it does spray a little different depending on, you know, how much air is going through it, and you'll see some differences in textures. Right now it's drying. Like I did that top stripe earlier, so that's dry. That's a little bit drier, and then you can see this is wetter here, and you'll notice as it dries to the places that you kind of missed are a little thin. Like I can see actually right there is a little bit thinner than it should be. And it uses, if you're going to do it in the inside of the bed, it uses the entire 4 bottles. I luckily was able to spare a bottle from the underside because you don't have the whole sides and everything like you do in the bed in the front and the back. So saved a little bit that way, but I'll probably finish that up on the tailgate, and then maybe I would come back and spray this, but now I'm a little bit worried because the color isn't mixed at the same time, and it might be a little bit different tint. I don't mind if the tailgate is, because you probably won't notice it with it being separate, but otherwise, I am really happy with how it came out. This bed's going to look really good, especially, obviously, once we get new bed sides, everything on it. It is going to really make the truck stand out now, because this bed was never very nice. It's all patched up, and we patched it in a couple different places, I think down here. Yeah, actually I can see some of our body work there. So this will be a definite upgrade. Never have to worry about rust or anything again. The body shop's going to coat the inside of the new panels, so rust just won't be an issue. And we just came out to the driveway again to wrap this video up. A few exciting things that I figured I would talk about. Lance has a new little baby girl. I think you probably heard me talk about that a few episodes ago, that there was a baby coming, and I have a new niece and a new daughter for Lance. So he probably won't be, maybe he'll be on the channel in the next upload. I don't know, but it won't be in this one because they're kind of busy and stuff. So wish them a congrats again in the comments if you want to. But this is pretty much going to wrap up for what we're doing with the Duramax today. The next step really is throw the bed on, which I will maybe film and put in the another upload or something. But it's going to paint next. And when it comes back, we have a bunch of interior upgrades that we're going to do. And then it'll kind of be 100%, and we can start doing stuff after that. I don't know, you know, I don't have any immediate plans for any, you know, big upgrades or anything like that, but we're going to keep working on it, making it better, unless I wreck it again, which could happen. You never know. In which case that would just be a reset again, because I think we'd still fix it. So unless it's total, you know, lots of different things. But no, I do want to keep making it better, keep improving things. There's a few little things, but really it's kind of going to be a 100% truck here before too long. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great night.